This is a very short tutorial introducing or revising the quadratic formula. Now the quadratic formula is basically this thing here. And it can be given to you on formula sheets for exams, but it's always a good thing to learn. Now we use it to solve quadratic equations like this one or like this one, but particularly we use it if we can't factorise. Now this equation actually will factorise, but I've kept the numbers nice and easy first example, but this one I don't think I can factorise this one. So when I look at this quadratic equation, the first thing I need to think about is what is A, what is B, and what is C. So I'm going to use this example here. The number A is how many x squareds I've got. So how many x squareds have I got? I've got 1. 1x squared. If there's no number in front, it's 1x. 1x squared. B is the number that goes in front of x. And on this one, B, common mistake here, students have missed out the minus. The B is actually minus 5. And C is the number without any x's at the back, 6. And when you first start doing this quadratic equation rule, it's good to think and write down what A, B, and C are before you put it into the equation. Now I'm going to put it into the equation, but with a few little notes as I go through. So this says B is minus 5, and this says minus B. So it's minus 5. I'm actually going to end up with a 5. Here, there's a plus and a minus. And that's because it's a quadratic. It can have up to 2 answers. And that's where the 2 answers are going to come from. B squared. So minus 5 squared, again, it's not minus 25, it's 25. Minus, and here I'm going to put a little bracket and do 4 times 1 times 6. And all of that is square rooted. So that's b squared minus 4ac. And all of that has got to be divided by 2 times 1. So I'm going to do a little tidying up. By the way, that's what x is equal to. So x equals 5 plus minus 25, take away, this comes out as 24, is root 1, square root of 1. Then I'm going to divide it by 2. Now, as I said, I could have factorised, I could have got these answers by factorising, because it's 5 plus 1, 6, divided by 2 is 3. 5 minus 1, 4, divided by 2 to give me the other number. Let's keep going, and we'll look at this one, and this is where I'm going to need my calculator. Again, I'm going to write out what A, B, and C are. So A is 3, B is plus 7 this time, so just 7, and C is not 8, it's negative 8. Into the formula it goes. Minus B, minus 7, plus and minus. 7 squared is 49. Now, minus, use a little bracket, because I've got 4 times 3 times minus 8. And all of that has got to be square rooted. Now, the reason why I want you to use a bracket, or it's always good to use a bracket, is because that number in the bracket is going to give me a negative number. Now, if it gives me a negative number, it's going to be 49 negative negative to give me a positive number at the end. And on the bottom here, 2a is 2 times 3, 6 goes on the bottom. So that's what x equals. Let's just do some calculations here. So 4 times 3 is 12 times 8 times negative 8 is 96. And I need to do 49, take away negative 96, give me 145. So what I've got at the moment is minus 7 plus or minus square root of 145 divided by 6. So now I'm going to go through and do my calculation. Minus 7 plus 145. Now I'm going to divide it by 6. And if I press this button here, it gives me a fraction. So x equals 0.84. We usually need to give these to 2 decimal places. And there's another answer. Let's go through it again, but this time minus 7 minus the square root of 145 take that answer and divide it by 6. So this gives me a negative 3.17. Okay, so that's basically using the quadratic formula. Tips when you first start using it: identify your A, your B, your C, be careful of the minus number, and use a bracket here with the 4AC.